Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Raynday Gaming. My name is Raynday, and today it's time to sit down, relax, yo backs, and listen to your boy talk about Inara, the new tank meta, and kind of what we've been seeing transpire over the course of the last few esports weekends and in Paladins from a competitive side of things, and talk about where Inara, when she does get released this week, will fit into all of that. Of course, we'll be seeing some gameplay, so I'll be going back and forth between kind of these questions I'm raising, some of the topics I brought up, and then, of course, what's happening in the game. I'm going to go for the crippling Treacherous ground legendary today and see how that works against some of these flankers, see if I can get them caught up in that cripple so they get in a bad spot between a rock and a hard place, if you get it. Yeah, because Inara's just rocks and stuff. All right, never mind. So one of the things that I think we have to talk about here, showing you the build that I'm going to be using as well, is that Inara is coming into a meta that is very heavy. It's very healing oriented. It's very tank oriented. Again, that happens to do with how strong Ying has been, and all these things will get reduced. So I think some of the balance is yet to be seen. I think once Ying gets into a different place, we see Buck kind of get tuned down a little bit. Obviously, the Rip Mave patch as well. We're going to see where Inara really falls into place because other things will be shifting as well. So that will change what the scene currently looks like. So it's hard to get a perfect read, but what I will say is that Inara, I think, is going to be having her point, her place. She's not going to be one of those tanks that comes in and people don't think are valuable in any sense of the word. I think she's already seeing some value here. First Blood comes through. Grumpy Bomb is there doing a great job of zoning us out and a lot of damage, but I just want to get this tank out as well. And it's not worth going around this corner for, but if he pops his head around, and he did, I'll get the kill on Edu Oliveira. And my aim is horrible right now. Do not worry. The aim is really bad. I didn't get the wall up fast enough, but that should have blocked me. But yeah, I just cannot aim for crap. Bomb King doing what he needs to do. Activate Earthen Guard, but Inara's back, and that's just too much constant DPS for us to be able to deal with that. So let's talk about in this current tank meta, right? One of the tanks we're seeing very, very prominently is Torvald. And Torvald is one of those, you know, he's one of those tanks that I think is so good at being an off tank that sometimes he makes everyone else be so much better that it's worth it, even if you just have him. Currently, the way people are playing with this field study legendary, giving people 40% extra damage and that 2,000 health bubble. It's being so effective for them. And I think that Torvald in tandem with Inara is actually going to be a very potent combo. In fact, one of the things that Torvald kind of brought with the synergy in his kit was that he was a counter to a lot of shields, which when Torvald was introduced, shields were very, very important as well. So Fernando and Makoa and Barrick had all these shields, and it was very, very difficult to get past them. And then by the time you're trying to get past them, as you see the power of Inara's Earthen Guard and then Maldamba healing her up as well, just a very, very hard combo to burn down through. You got to see Torvald with that right-click recharge, able to steal those shields away and make them a lot less effective. Kind of took Fernando right out of the meta as well, and since he's just such a hard counter. But Inara, I think, is a great, actually partner with Torvald on the front line for a couple of reasons, and why you might see Inara's and Torvald's coming together. One, I mean, the damage buff that Field Study provides is actually nuts, and what that ends up doing is making, you know, these 200s hit more in the like 300s, right? It makes a huge difference, and you're hitting more of like 900 there. Here's a nice just stun, guarantees a kill onto the Eevee. I just want to keep the momentum going. Let's just get some value from this, and although the Androx is in the back line, he's really somebody I would have wanted to get because the Tyra is important to our DPS. We at least keep this moving, right? We keep the pressure their way. They're forced an ult here with the Bomb King, looking to grab the Makoa. It is what it is, and now they've just got so much pressure on us. I'm kind of in a bit of a problem here. The Androxus has literally zoned every single member of my team except me and the Makoa out of this fight. And so he's done a good job. He definitely has. I need to see if I can impact that in some way as well. Just blocking off this corridor. And getting ready to go. So Torvald and Inara, they work together really well. I think because of field study, the protection as well. She's already really tanky, as you can see here. Very, very hard to actually bring down because of Earthen Guard. And if you take the other talent that gives you, the other legendary that gives you 50% damage reduction while you're healing during your Earthen Guard, while you're getting healed or taking more damage reduction while in your warder's Warder's Field, it's pretty nuts what actually is possible for you in terms of you got either like a Maldamba healing you or a protection shield coming on. That 2,000 extra HP, it's just going to buy her so much time that I don't know if it's going to be easy to bring that pair down. It will be deadly here. Here's the Androxus. Me and him going and fighting here. He's basically doing a bad job there. Actually dashes into the cripple, and that's his biggest problem. I actually block ourselves off here. But if you're an R, you can press Q and just let your thing go open again. I just didn't want to get aggressed on. But the payload's still pushed here by the Yank. Great stuff to showcase how the strength of that cripple comes in with flankers who want to move, and then when they get into it, they just can't, and they're stuck, and they're taking so much damage from you as well. Focusing on the Eevee, and that is so perfect for me. The Androxus is here. He's got his ultimate going through. He wants to finish off one. Great dimensional link by the Ying as well. I want to chase him down. He's so mobile, though. I didn't reload during the time. I didn't need to. One more burst will do it. And yes, I did say in my video that there were only, a few burst weapons in Paladins, and there are actually, I think, like 2 or 3, so I was just not thinking when I said that. Apologies for that. Here's the ultimate, going into it, just want to get the stun, actually whiff it, and hit it too close to myself. Don't kill the Maldamba on it, but we do get enough damage going, crippling the Androxus. He cannot move. That's the power of this legendary. He cannot get out of the way, and we're just going to damage him and make sure that he goes down before he can get his ultimate off. In fact, might have even wanted to wait there. So that he didn't have it for next round. So Torvald and Inara, I think that would be strong. Field study, the protection, keeping her alive, already really tanky. The other reason I think Inara and Torvald will be seen together is because I think Torvald is not a counter to Inara. In many ways, Inara is a counter to Torvald in the fact that he doesn't have any movement, right? He's just got running. So that cripple, that slow, the cripple doesn't matter, but the slow really matters a lot to him because when he's just out in the open, it's very, very easy to kill him. I'm actually going to change and try and go for the dot here. You can change into custom crosshairs. See if that helps. Not sure it helps me, but anyways, I'm on a 14 streak. Things going well right now. And the other thing is he cannot actually recharge off of her shielding. So this is the only type of shielding that Torvald actually right now cannot recharge off of in Paladins, which means that Torvald's kind of naturally countered by Inara as well, or Inara, seems to just not be as affected by Torvald as the other front liners. Cannot finish off the Androxus. The aim is just potato right now. My goodness, that's just like 2 pellets for 8,000, and he's getting away, and now the Eevee. She's the one I want to fight, but meanwhile, no one's even contested the objective. I've been here trying to kill them this entire time, and the objective is lost, and I still do not kill the Androxus. That is the power of Darkstalker. That's the power of my bad aim, and Maldamba's going to get his revenge for me killing him 5 times. And then the Androxus actually just comes in. He's the one who killed me. Wow, this is beautiful. This is, that is potato aim. That is just getting used, I guess, to the dot, or I don't know, just literally, like, this happened with Maeve too. I was really good at Inara when I was playing her for so long, and then I started playing her in live. I'm just like, what the heck? Like, I cannot hit anything. So trying to change my ways, get the cripple on her, etc., etc. So that's kind of good. Torvald, not a natural predator to Inara shielding. I think that's powerful. I think also specific maps. So you talk about what maps will be Inara be prevalent on. I think you see maps where they're more close quartered, they're more tight knit, where Androxus can't do what he just did to me, where he's kind of got to stay in the fight or stay basically aggressed on by some teammates in that scenario. Is going to be very, very powerful for Inara. I think that's going to put her in a good spot, allow that crippling field to be that much more effective, allow the walls to be that much more impactful, because right now it's just too many corridors for me to block off for the walls to be really that effective. I go into the ultimate there, I get some stuns, cannot finish it off because the fall off is already taking place for me, and the Grumpy Bomb was there to zone out, and we just had no teammates. Unfortunately, the wall goes down right because I get finished off by the Androxus with the ultimate. So that's my second death there. 17 eliminations, 2 deaths as of now in the game. Trying to put up a good defense, but wasn't able to follow up on that ult at that moment, which is unfortunate there. Unfortunate. So again, smaller maps where you could utilize the wall, where you could really block off basically all entrances, all corridors. I think that's going to be where there's a ton of power in Inara and in her playstyle. Right now, you see, that's already a valuable thing that I just did, but the fact that she's got her healer there with her makes it a little bit more difficult for me to contest. I have my healer there, but the Androxus is just, he's the most annoying person in the world right now. He is just literally not dying, always staying alive, and just being such an issue for us with this Darkstalker legendary that we just have absolutely no way to do it. Now that wall's going to get actually destroyed by the payload, it seems, but not right now, and that is important. We bought ourselves a little bit of time. This Bomb King and these Grumpy Bombs have been really, really impactful on me because I have not run away from them, and I've been forced to kind of fight around this area, and he's just using them as a very, very good block and stall for this moment. There comes his ult. I want to block him off if I can. He's going to get the damage onto me, but they're all so low. We have to defend this here because it means we go 3-1 up. And my God, he just hits the perfect ult at the right time. Misses all those sticky bombs as well. But the Grumpy Bomb is still being really, really impactful. He must be running Countdown 4 or something in his legendary, in his deck. Here's the Androxus. I want to finish him off, but I want to get the Bomb King also. The Androxus has got to go. This boy has got to go. Throw the wall up, just giving a little bit of room to maneuver around for my teammates, but the Androxus is gone. I think that is the start of something new. I'm going to take this stun. I know it's going to happen, actually. Ooh, the wall comes out and saves me in time. Very, very nice of that, Inara, actually. Probably didn't mean to do that, but she does, and we stay in fight. We stand by strong, and it works out in our favor. So here's the deal, guys. That was a very bad point fight the last time I did it, so I'm going to do something different this time. But here's the deal. Specific maps like Jaguar Falls, Ice Mines, Close Quarters allow her to take advantage of her cripple, her slows, her walls, a little bit more of her CC, a lot more. Exactly. Her CC she gets to use a lot more effectively, in my opinion, and really block off those quarters. And I think that could be where we see. I also think that Barrack, Ying, and Inara could be an interesting combination coming out. That just creates so many things to shoot at, right? So many shields, so many deployables. We talk about Ying and Barrack being the deployable nightmare, but Inara now having deployables makes it even more of a challenge. It makes Drogos that much more impactful in a meta, Blasters that much more impactful, like Bomb King, but it also does, I think, make things really, really strong. Now, the other thing I want to say is the combo that I have here, although we keep hooking Inara, the combo that we have here, the Makoa and the Inara, is an incredibly strong combo. And I think that this is going to be something we see more often than not, especially against maybe like a Torvald and maybe a Barrack, which we've been seeing a lot here. I think the fact that you can Makoa hook into a cripple is the same as it's a better version, it's a wider version of a oh my God, look at this stun right here. Hit the stun. I just have to solo ult that Androxus, and you know what? I bet that is going to change this fight more than anything else. Look at this. We're already snowballing the rest of it. Everyone is moving forward on the point. We get 4v1. We're four people on the point now, only because that Androxus died. So you know what? That solo ult was worth it. I'm sorry. You just got to identify the problem and then go for it. I would do it 10 out of 10. I would do it again. The Eevee's going to go down here. And now we got the Androxus flying down. It's just a day late and $1 short for him. Try to throw my crippling totem out, but he gets taken down, and that's just such a huge component of where they were distracting us and not getting this fight up. Activate Earthen Guard, get my defenses up a little harder, and now focusing on the Inara. Missing a lot of shots again. Potato aim taking strength. I'm going to get stunned by the Grumpy Bomb. I'm okay by that right now. And the Grumpy Man will be going down. Hopefully he gets a lot of damage off on me, though. Overtime ticking away. Throw the wall up. Start Earthen Guard. I'm healing just a little bit and want to help contest. Get a little damage off as well. The Eevee goes into Ice Block. She's looking for me here. Gets one shot on the right. Oh, finds me on the left and takes me down. Oh, no. The Eevee able to do it and finish me off, but the victory comes, and that is exactly what I like to see. The Androxus not able to come back in time, and I think being able to just finish him off early on in that fight made a big difference, and that is what you want, right? That's what you want of that ult. Just really solo target and really just swing the balance of maybe a flanker or somebody who's having a lot of pressure on your teammates and be able to affect that. Shoutouts to the Androxus here in this game. Flash the Cheetah did a very good job for our team composition as well. But again, you know, Deep Roots Grover, we see Makoa pull in and then get the root onto the Grover, which is a cripple essentially onto a target. I mean, Inara has this huge cripple that is almost, it's impossible. You can't miss it. It's not a skill shot anymore. Makoa hooks into the Inara cripple. That could be GG right there. And so that's a very deadly thing I think we could see happening. And I think we might see Inara come out with heavy mobility as well versus like a Buck versus an Eevee. I think there's some opportunities to try that out. I'm not sure if this will be the cripple will be the way people run. I think the damage reduction is almost too good sometimes not to run that, but it's an interesting thought as well for her. She doesn't have mobility as well, so Inara Torvald, although that's kind of strong and you take away the counter, like Inara basically Torvald doesn't counter Inara, so if you have both on the same team, you can still get your counters for the enemy team and have them both be as effective, but they have no mobility, so it'll be really interesting. Ultimately, I think she's going to come into the meta, shake things up. I think she will be valued. I think on the smaller, closer maps, I think with Makoa, she'll be valuable. I think against Torvald, she can have value, and with Torvald as well, as a result of that, I think Barrack, Ying, Inara could be a really strong combo, especially with the deployable nightmare they'll create, maybe forcing the bulldozer issue. We'll see, guys. I'll have another video on Bulldozer coming out later in the week. But as always, y'all, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And remember to never give up, never stop gaming. And I'll see you all next time.